Thank you for watching my new video on attacking the opposite side castle king. If this is useful, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and perhaps follow me on Twitch so are uh, you will be notified when I go live on my stream so we can actually discussing live our chess topics. Now, this video today will be focusing on trying to dismantle the pawns protecting the um, opponent's castle king. And best way to do that is just use your pawns and open lines the rooks, lines for the diagonals for the bishop, so you can increase your chances for attacking. Now, in this position here, it it's incredibly natural to want to open up the A file so your rook becomes active. It's very important, and after they accept that black pawn, you're going to be taken back, right? They might be playing something like knight f6, and you will be pushing now the c. Ideally would be to just try open up, including the c. You never know, maybe you might be able to just get yourself a nice rook here, hitting the queen on the same bad alignment with its own king. So just very good ideas, increasing the chances for attacking, opening the lines for rooks and for bishops. Very important to remember that. And again, in this position here now, you could see you would like very much to make use of your A pawn. And actually, ladies and gents, this is like a race. So the sooner you do it, the better. Because if you won't or if you delay it, your opponent will do pretty much the same thing. So it is a race indeed. Okay, so not you need not to do reckless moves, but definitely you need to focus and attacking your opposite side castle king. So a5 now, based on the same idea, you would like to open up the a file. That's a check, but not a checkmate. You just very well go in the corner. You have no problem. I mean, just look at this. You like defending the f1, which is a critical square, like 4 times, and they attack it only twice. So you haven't got an issue with that. You have all the time now to just focus on attacking that king. Takes, and now the rook goes very nicely on the b because you are going on the b file where the black king is. Just consider moves like bishop, c, or maybe even better, a6, and that would be incredibly difficult for your opponent to dealing with. So even if they move the king, you want to get rid of that bishop, which is the king's defender. Queen takes back, and it's incredibly difficult back to this one, even if you just think about this kind of ideas, and that should be already game over. Very difficult for black. They should be resigning very soon. Let's go for the next position here. Again, we're having a position in which you would like to having the G pawn open, the G file opened for your rooks. Let's just consider that they might, it's not even possible to take that pawn because the bishop actually takes the queen straight away. And if you were to take, let's say they don't take and you were to take, it's incredibly powerful because you already got a queen here aligned with the black king. So the idea would be open up the fortress defending the opponent's king, put your rooks behind those pawns that open up the files, and your bishops nicely leading to close to your opponent's king proximity. Maybe you can make a battery bishop, and queen. You could trade here, take, and you have a very good attacking position here. If they take, even for the better, you're going to take back. You're going to have a rook checking here. What's not to like about position? By the way, when you're having a dominant position and you are doing very well, right? It's awesome. It's fabulous. You need to keep playing accurately because having a better position, it's not a guarantee you're going to win. There is no guarantee until the game finished and your opponent resigned. That's when you are actually winner. Okay. Until then, you gotta keep the sharpness. You gotta keep your alertness. Be as rigorous and accurate as possible. The game is not over. Okay. So don't jubilate too early. Hold your horses. Maintain your focus. Game is not over. It's over. Okay. Next one here. Let's just focus on this one, guys. How do you think White should be playing in current position? Okay, give it a couple of seconds. Look at the position. And how do you reckon White should be sitting here? Now, just a bit of an idea. This rook would be incredibly efficient to attack along the b file where the black king is, but there is a pawn in front of them. There is a pawn here on b2. So what do? We do. We're just pushing. We're pushing the b2 to b4 because what is next is just simply b4 to 5, and that would really open up the position so that you can use your rooks like some tanks or something, ripping off the king's defenses, and you should be able to attack incredibly powerfully here. Pretty much black wants to do the same. That's why you mustn't delay. Your opponent will like to just do the same thing to your king. So if you could be one step forward, that's even better. Okay, so don't delay the attacking. Don't delay. Don't play like a marginal random move just for the sake of doing it. Okay, next one here. How do you break through? How do you proceed with this kind of position here? Now, I'm going to give you another detail, very important in this type of middle games. You would like to have the rook ideally teaming up with the queen and making it a mess here on the king side, but the white knight is here. Regardless, you should be pushing the a pawn. You want to push the a pawn, then you want to push it one more time. And if you tell me, yeah, but what's the thing? Then the knight's going to take the pawn. What do you do? Well, I know that the value of the pieces tells us that knight is worth 3 points and rook is like 5 points. I know that. But in this very exceptional position, which is not that exceptional because it happens quite often, you absolutely want to push the pawn, and if knight was to take it, rook must take the knight. But everything collapses then. White can't defend. Look at this. There is no pieces to come and help the white king. You're going to take that knight. You're going to get the other rook on A, and then you're going to have a very deadly battery. Battery which can't really work as long as this guy is here. Yeah, you might be having some other alternatives, ideas for you to dislodge that knight, but definitely you must start with something like a5 because very strong way to attacking the opposite side castle king. Okay, let's just have another exercise here. Would be very good to open up again the files opposing the black king here. But how do we do that? Well, I'm going to give you just two ideas and think about that. Do you think it might be g6 or do you think it might be f6? What might be the big difference here? Let's take them one by one. If you do something like g6, it's not as strong. It's simply not as strong. Okay, they might even ignore the move. They might even take it, and you take and you take. It's not that strong, but it's incredibly powerful to play a move like f6 here. Why would that be? Well, if they take with the knight, you're going to take it back, and actually you just got one piece up, so that's awesome. Okay, so therefore black might be considering actually here to take with the pawn. Actually, that's not a good move for black at this stage. Once you push the pawn, you sacrifice a pawn. That is true. But sometimes it is required to sacrifice a pawn or even a piece to open up those files that lead to attacking the opponent's king. So f6 is a very good stuff here to happen because if they take, you're going to take again, and you're going to open up the G file, and you might be able then to create all sorts of batteries with queen, with the rooks here. So that's increasingly dangerous for the white king, for the black king, and then you have this kind of ideas coming into power, and you should winning with white here. More powerful attack. You're doing better here. Again, you're dominating. Your batteries are incredibly powerful. Profiling now, very dangerous batteries for the Black King. It doesn't mean you've won yet. You're very close, but you still need to maintain the focus, ladies and gents, because remember, not over until it's over. Okay, let's have a look at another idea. Now, this guy is dangerously coming down the board. I absolutely agree here. But also, I would love to have this pawn disappearing from in front of the rook because I have a plan. See, if this pawn were to not exist, just saying, let's just put it like this practically. If this pawn wouldn't exist here, I would be super happy to just take, play this kind of checks here, then maybe do this kind of things, luring the knight away so I can hit very hard on h7. So this kind of ideas. So there is no time to waste. Absolutely no time to waste. You got to be quick. There is a Iron Maiden song, "Be Quick or Be Dead." An Iron Maiden song, one of my favorite rock metal bands. So This one, h5, very important, wants to open up the h file. You may want to get rid of the king's defender here, and then coming very powerfully with the queen and making it a mess for your opponent. Okay, so this kind of ideas, guys, in the tactics of the middle game are very important. They may lead very quickly to victory, for you to winning. You just need to remember, make use of your pawns. Don't be afraid to even sack a pawn if necessary. Hey, even a, especially if there is a knight to capture. So that's a very important point for you to remember. Sack the rook for the knight. It's very important because you've got to rip open the h file in this position, get the other rook, get rid of this guy, the g7, align with your queen. It should be incredibly, incredibly powerful. Move a bit faster than your opponent. I know it's easier said than done, but those ideas are important indeed in the middle game. Again, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to this channel. I'll see you shortly with more videos on either openings, middle game, or ending. They are all important. Openings important because if you don't open rigorously, you will end up in a very bad position, thus losing the game. Middle game are incredibly important because you're not going to make it to the end game if you blunder your tactics. And end game incredibly, incredibly important, paramount, because even if you have an advantage, if you're not able to convert the advantage and capitalize, again, you're not going to win. So all stages of the game are important, and I'll see you guys very soon with more practical videos. Thank you.